5 things you must detoxify your children from. This is going to be amazing. 5. Look, get your notes. Make sure you note down these 5 things. You must at all costs detoxify your children from these 5 things. Number 1, detoxify them from parental provocation. You know, at times, you are really your children's problem. You provoke them a lot. You know what Ephesians chapter 6 verse 4, Amplified version says, it should be coming up on your screen any moment now. Ephesians 6 verse 4, Amplified version says, fathers, other versions say parents. It says fathers here. Fathers, do not provoke your children to anger. The Bible says, stop provoking. Some of you fathers or mothers are very provocative. And then when the children grow and become rebellious, you say, oh, Johnny has changed. Hey, Susan has become stubborn. It's not stubbornness. You are the cause. You are very provocative as a man. You are very provocative as a father or as a mother. It says, fathers, do not provoke your children to anger. Do not exasperate them to the point of resentment with demands that are trivial or unreasonable or humiliating or abusive. Don't demand that are trivial, humiliating, unreasonable, abusive demands. How can you tell your child to wake up in the morning? Your 7-year-old child has to clean the whole house, do the dishes, cook food, 7-year-old, and look after the 2-year-old while you go to work for the whole day? My friend, you're provoking that child. Go and look for a housemate. I don't even know what money you're looking for. Stay at home and take care of that baby. Well, okay, I understand I have bills to pay, but make alternative arrangements. Let me balance that before somebody puts the wrong comment on me. It says, do not do that with demands that are trivial or unreasonable or humiliating or abusive. And it says, do not provoke your children by showing favoritism or indifference to any of them. You have 2, 3 children. Stop showing favoritism to a particular one. All of them want ice cream. You give A, you don't give B. Stop it. You're provoking them. And the Bible says, do not provoke. Because if God comes to judge it, God will judge it in favor of your children. It says, but bring them up. You see again? Tenderly with loving kindness in the discipline and instruction of the Lord. That means don't bring them up the way you want to bring them up the way God instructs. So the first thing you must detoxify your children from, detoxify them from the effects of your provocation. And at times, some of you don't know. Sit down with your children. If they can be honest with you, they will tell you some things. Let me tell you why they will not tell you. Because they already know you will not take it. You will not take it. You will start arguing with them. You will start arguing with them. You say, how can you say that? I'm suffering for you people in this house. Shut up your emotional blackmail. Leave that and say you're provoking them. Let the child tell that, daddy, I don't like the way you wake up and beat me every time. Each time you beat me, I just feel bad. Take it as a man. Stop beating the child. That's the point. But you want to justify. The day some of your children will be bold enough to address you, you will feel like the ground should open and swallow you. So be careful the way you provoke them. You think they're still small. They are not small. At their age, you knew things, didn't you? Exactly. Next point. You must detoxify your children from the spirit of sexual immorality. The system of the world has made it so normal. Even children's films now or movies for 7, 8-year-olds, they have sex scenes on them. It's amazing. It is crazy. Let them know that this thing is the most dangerous thing to do the wrong way. They should know. Because I told some people the highest way spirits are transferred is through sex. Don't teach your children. Let them know that if you start practicing this thing, it will puncture your destiny. It will puncture your purpose. It will even destroy you emotionally. The moment you engage in sexual activity early, your emotional life is already messed up. It will take God to restore you. Because there are some things about growth that early sex will interrupt that growth pattern. Mentally, emotionally, and psychologically, it will interrupt it. So it's like a tree that did not grow to maturity. That's what it does. Teach your children. Take them to 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18. And this is Amplified. I love Amplified. Amplified says, 1 Corinthians chapter 6 verse 18. It says, run away from sexual immorality. Run in any form, whether thought or behavior, whether visual or written. Run every thought, every form, whether visual or written. Tell your children, don't allow anybody to touch you. Tell them, let them know. If they touch you, come and tell me your mama. And this is the time that I want that mama now to be anointed. Ask God to anoint your mouth. Go to that school. Hold that teacher who taught your child in the jugular vein. This is the only time I permit you to slap a human being. Anyway, you know what I mean. What I mean is, I withdraw that statement. What I mean is, this is the time you have to be angry. Not angry because your child spilled milk on the floor. 1 pound milk. Go and buy a different one. You come and beat the child for spilling milk on the floor. This is the time that you must demonstrate you're strong. Challenge the people abusing your children. And I'll come to abuse very soon. Because at times the people that abuse your children are not even far. They are in the house. They are in the family. I'll come to that very soon. So it says, run away from sexual immorality in any form, whether thought or behavior, whether visual or written. I understand there's a lot of sexual pressure. There's a lot of sexual connotation. So keep encouraging your children to live right. The thing now is, if you yourself, they see you doing those things, how do you train them now? They see you, one man comes, one man goes. Another man comes, another man goes. Another man comes, another man goes. What are you training your children? Or they see you're a man. Today, your children see daddies with this woman. Next week, daddies with the other woman. They tell you daddies with the other woman. What are you doing? What are you doing? You see that you're training them. You're training the boys to grow to know that you can be switching woman to woman, woman to woman. That's what you're doing. Detoxify your children from that thing that has given them the false perception of what sex is. Sex is not love. Let me not, you see, somebody's pulling something from my spirit. Let me not go there. I will not finish my message. We'll talk about that some other time. Number 3, detoxify your children from disrespect of authority, especially spiritual authority. Do not criticize servants of God in the presence of your children. I'm telling you the truth. Don't do it. They contacted one man of God in America. He was a preacher, minister, the son minister, the grandson minister, and he was in a time in America where PK means pastor's kids. They did not want to have anything to do with the ministry and their father's calling. So they came and asked him, why do all your children grow up loving ministry and the things of God? He said, let me tell you why. Because my wife and I never discuss negatively about any man of God in the presence of our children. We will always bring out the good things about the men of God. So they grew up seeing men of God that way. What shocks me is how a mother or a father will go home and they're criticizing the pastor in the presence of their children. And the same parents are expecting that child will go to church and listen to the pastor. The same parent will come and say, hey, pastor was preaching this. The same pastor you just finished cleaning on your dining table. Why do you even have to talk about a servant of God? If they do wrong, shut up your mouth. Go and talk about it in the bedroom, you and your wife. Stop destroying children.